Welcome to another episode of A for Entrepreneurs. I'm Adam.
Andrew.
And we're here with BB from
Hello.
Cannabliss Yoga Club. How are you today?
Doing great, thank you. How are you guys?
Amazing.
Good. Yeah, it feels amazing. Like just the place where we're at. I mean, like the vibes. They're so nice here. It's just like the permanent smiles kind of drawn on, you know?
Yeah, pretty much on everybody. We're here at Wicked Chronic in Natick, Mass. Bam. Follow them. And thank you for letting us use your location to shoot a podcast with BB. It's going to be so amazing. I don't even know where to start.
So I want to know, how'd you get into yoga?
Oh man. So yoga was kind of like a surprise plan in my life. When my whole 5-year plan didn't like go the direction that I thought it was going to be. You know, we always want to have like control over our lives, and we think we know exactly like which way it's going to go.
Yeah.
But then life throws us curveballs and brings us other directions. So I had this whole like 5-year plan after college. I graduated from Suffolk University in 2012, and then I was going to stay in Boston and do stuff there, but then my plans changed, and I had been practicing yoga all through college just as a stress reliever. You know, it was just the best thing when you're studying for exams, to just even take a few minutes to study, you know, a yoga book, just something totally different from what I was doing in science. So that helped me along the way there. And then I was practicing in Plymouth, Mass. That's where I'm from. Plymouth, met. And Sanctuary Studios was run by Michelle Fleming. So I love Michelle Fleming. She's amazing. Sanctuary Studios is no longer there anymore. But yeah, it was a 6-month, 200-hour training program, and just completely changed my life. Yeah, it was just the best experience ever. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for those 6 months. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
So
that's what brought me there.
Last week I saw some pictures of the event from the 27th, and it just seemed like it was packed.
Yes.
How long have you been working at it to like make it to get to that point where you have people that you had to kind of like turn away to the next event, you know?
It was a dream come true just having that be a problem, even because I just felt bad. I just wanted to expand the floor out and just keep going for people.
They just lay on top of each other.
Yeah, right.
Stack on top.
I mean, partner yoga is a thing. Acro yoga is going to be a thing in the future. Definitely, Cannabliss Acro yoga is going to be a thing. But yeah, it's I don't know. I guess you know, the more spaces and locations we have, then the more people we can invite. So
exactly.
It's just growing, and it's just it's amazing. I've been teaching since I completed that 200-hour training. That was in 2013. So.
Wow.
It's 2019 now, which is crazy.
That's a lot of experience. Definitely.
I mean, I've been off and on with it. You know, I was teaching out at 3 Bridges Yoga in Portsmouth, New Hampshire at one point. I love my fam up there. I was teaching in Plymouth, Mass, too. It's a lot of locations. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know, kind of like now I'm here in the middle of Massachusetts and, you know.
Seeing where it goes. So what kind of like made you really think like, oh, entrepreneurship, this is for me? Because entrepreneurship it's hard. It's super hard. When did you figure it out?
But it's like a good type of like, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm still working full time. I'm still, you know, doing a lot, and it does make it more challenging, especially when you're doing your 9 to 5, you know, and then you're trying to do that, but it's your passion. So to me, it's not.
It's fun.
It's like my after work thing. It's like, all right, now I get to get back to you know, I'm working my full-time job those hours.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I can focus on that any other time. So it's just what fills my heart. It just it's just what I want to do, and I just really want to, especially since meeting Bev. She owns Wicked Chronic here last summer. at Sensi Magazine event. That was awesome.
Hey.
Hey, Sensi fam, we love you.
Seriously, almost everybody I've talked to is connected to Sensi too. They connect literally everybody. Sorry to.
Oh, I love
cool.
those events. I encourage everybody. So getting back to entrepreneurship, that makes it, easier for you to build connections. Going to events like that. I met Bev, and she was like, "Hey, I want to do yoga with you." And she's like, "I have Wicked Chronic," and she's like, "We can turn this space into a."
Was that the Sensi Night Boston in October?
It was in 2018. No, it was before the summer. That was last.
Oh, that must have been the first
summer.
event.
That was last year. It's been about a year. So Cannabliss started. It's Cannabliss Yoga Club started about a year ago. Yeah, and it was just this idea I had in the back of my head because I had just been doing this by myself. I had been smoking cannabis since I was very young, and and then
many of us have.
very young, and then when I started doing yoga, it was just my two medicines, blending them together. At college, when I was doing yoga, that's what I would also do.
It's like a perfect pair.
Synchronicities.
It would just help me relax.
Yeah.
And then go back to studying, and I graduated college. So, thank you, Mom and Dennis, for that. My stepdad, love them.
That's
my
awesome.
family. They helped me get through that. And yoga was just kind of this... I just kind of wanted to dive more into the not only the postures, but the what is yoga really about? How can I didn't think that I could make an entrepreneurship path really with that. I thought I would have to, go look for a job as a yoga teacher, and that's what I did for many years. I was teaching at other people's locations, but it was not mine.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always this, Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Did you work on branding yourself while you were working for those other yoga instructors or yoga centers?
No, that didn't really come about until I'd say maybe a year ago when I wasn't teaching anywhere. I was just doing a lot of home practice and just by myself, smoking. With my Instagram fam, online, and then I'd do yoga, and I'd be who wants free yoga classes on Instagram? I love doing that. Live classes at 420. Those are always cool.
It's a cool
traditional stuff.
Yeah, and if you get, if you want more of those, I'd be happy to get back into that again.
How do you feel about your overall college experience?
My overall, it was.
You feel like it was worth it?
Right?
You feel it was... No, I want the raw truth. Was it worth it? Was it... are you still in debt from it? Are you
I am still in debt from it. Yep. I'm happy that I can say that I have a degree now. I'm proud of Suffolk University. I'm proud of myself for finishing that. I did 5 years of science, intense, organic chemistry, anatomy and physiology.
Did you do something similar?
Very similar, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
It took me a lot longer, though. It took me 7.
What did you go to school for again?
I did medical laboratory science.
Oh, gotcha.
So, chemistry.
Yeah,
What
chemistry. Organic chemistry for a whole year. But anatomy and physiology, I did a whole year of that. And never learned about the endocannabinoid system.
Yep.
So I feel kind of ripped off from that a
little bit jaded.
Okay, how come, I was studying in Boston, and...
They're a little bit more progressive, ahead.
It's and my teacher was not into that, But I was always trying to do, how, blueberries can save you from, maybe, dementia in the future. I saw studies about that, and then I'd make my whole thing about natural ways and just try to really bring it back, because that's what I was going to do, is nutrition and stuff. So I feel I wouldn't be here today sitting here with you guys with Drew and my Divulance, Wicked Chronic, and everybody involved with today Cannabliss, if I hadn't gone through school. So I feel in a way it brought me here, I guess. But yeah, it's in general, I feel like it's a huge step that you need to consider and take some time off. There's nothing wrong with taking time off after high school.
Realize what you want to do.
If you have that entrepreneur feeling at a younger age than I did, I mean, I only wish that I had done that yoga training like earlier. I encourage everybody to just go do yoga like now. It will change your life.
We were just talking about, because I'm doing DoorDash just to make some extra money right now, and I just had the realization, like, how many times did I say to myself, we should deliver fast food. How come there's no fast food delivery? And I just didn't act on it. So like every time I make a delivery, it's good money.
Right.
But every time I make a delivery, I'm like, wow, instead of making $300 at the end of that night, I could have made $3 million at the end of that night.
Be the owner.
Damn it! Like PayPal existed, everything existed.
Whoever thought of that idea is genius. Yeah, exactly.
It's all timing, though.
Execution
Stuff is meant to be.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be mature enough for that. I would have blown all that money and screwed everything up back then.
That's it right there. As I wasn't ready to do this, and like Massachusetts wasn't ready for us to do this. Like,
we gotta catch up a little bit. Hey, no.
It's totally okay.
No, okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Cut me out.
Did you want to like shop it?
Yeah, we don't want to take a customer away.
I know. Like, does he need something?
All right.
Oh.
Well,
I mean, they're not open today, but.
Oh, they're closed.
Oh, okay. All right. So they're regularly closed. It's not just because of us. Okay. I was like, I don't want to cost them a customer or anything.
I think like the really important thing with college is I kind of look at college like it wasn't a total waste of time because it like was like hardening, right? Like it made you tough and like not give up.
Yeah.
You kind of.
It showed me how much, like you can study, like how much you can, work for it.
Like how much you really want to get through organic chemistry, even though it's so painful.
Yes, so true.
Now, before college, like in high school, middle school, did you ever do anything like artistic or entrepreneurial venture type? What were you like as a kid?
Like any lemonade stands?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, my brother was really like the one like that. And I had been more to like, not like I, never really branched out in it that much. Myself, my brother was more the one like that. But yeah, I had always kind of done like more alternative things, I guess I want to say, than your typical. Sorry, I don't know how to answer.
Yeah, that's all right.
I was just thinking, didn't you tell me that you did the hokey pokey on stage at lunch or something?
Yeah, I did.
What's that?
That's South High School. We went to the same high school together.
Yeah, we.
Is that crazy?
Small world.
Yeah,
I graduated in 07.
I graduated in 08. Yeah,
Okay.
I graduated. That's what they said. That was our slogan. I graduated. It said it on our shirts. And
Do you guys remember each other from?
When I saw her at Harvest Cup, like that's what I was saying on the way up here. I was like, I remember her face.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm terrible with names, but faces always like stick in my brain.
Yeah.
Names.
It's more challenging.
Yeah, that's way more challenging. If names were numbers, I'd remember them.
Right. Remember when you used to have to remember numbers?
Phone numbers, yeah. Good times.
Birthdays.
I felt like my brain was maybe sharper. Now it's like, what day is it? Oh, it's Bob's birthday. Hello, Bob. Happy birthday.
Yeah, Facebook.
I don't even say it. I don't call him. I just
even,
write it on Facebook. You know?
Yeah.
That's a different
I'm
story.
So glad that I'm so glad that I was able to experience that in my childhood.
Yeah, definitely.
It was nice.
You know, I was thinking about people that write logos and they do their writing in cursive. In a lot of the newer generations, they don't know what cursive is. They don't know how to read it.
Oh,
it's like we could literally write in code.
Yeah.
We literally are old enough to write in code. But that feels good because, when some shit goes down, we can all write in code and they can't read it. These young...
Check out this fancy.
They say like things evolve so quickly, especially when it comes to technology. But what's fascinating is that yoga has been around for so long, and so has cannabis.
Yeah.
And
Yes, exactly.
I'm so shocked that more people aren't putting them together, because what I've noticed is that both communities are they're so similar. They just mesh so well together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's my fam. It's my fam, my tribe. My soul tribe, literally, yeah. Yeah, and I'm so, okay, so I've talked about this before, and I'm so thankful that you brought that up. Thank you. That, it's like I had to kind of hide from others because cannabis is illegal. So I grew up thinking that, cannabis is bad. I would hide it from my parents and stuff, and some friends weren't always into it, so it's okay, but I wasn't always into drinking, so I was like, it's safer with cannabis, and that's, I feel like, what led me to other healthier paths like yoga naturally, just because it works with your endocannabinoid system, and with people that can also help you along that path.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And back to what you said, just bringing community together in a big way through these two things is really important right now, because we've had to hide from this for so long, and it's been stigmatized, and people have been judged and, pushed out of yoga classes. Like, people have been told that they can't come in because they smell like a joint or something. It's like, but this person smells like a cigarette, so
that person
that's
smells
okay.
like alcohol.
come on, and that person smells like so, and that will go away, and it's just eventually, a time that people will, it's like, it's medicine now, and I'm so grateful that I'm in a state that has, recreational legalized cannabis, where, people are going to have to see that it's...
We got to end the stigma. You have to end this negative stigma. Absolutely. That's something I've been, passionately working on, is just trying to help to end the stigma,
Yeah.
So, for people watching that might not know, tell them a little bit about the endocannabinoid system and the importance of it.
Yeah, and something else I just want to say about that, too, is to come out of the cannabis closet. I just combined those words. Cannabis closet. Cannabis.
Hey. Efficiency.
Cannabis closet, because we've been hiding for so long, and that's how I felt. I was literally and stepping out of that, and then putting myself out there with cannabis, and having it be like, all right, I know that some people may judge yoga teachers for smoking. It's not, purity. It's, one of the limbs, but it also has been shown in, like you said, ancient texts that it is used in yoga rituals.
Especially if you're able to get organically, locally grown stuff.
Yeah, and teas, oils. Yep. We know cannabis has been around as medicine, and these
forever.
There
used to be dispensaries. They were just called something different, and they had a big,
hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, it was in every kind of medicine for centuries, and then they were just like, hemp does too much.
Yeah.
Illegal.
Imagine.
It's essentially what happened.
Imagine.
It's really screwed up. It's something I think back, 1911.
Yeah.
1911 is when Massachusetts made it illegal.
So that whole cannabis closet is like a huge obstacle for people in the cannabis industry, because obviously, is there any other obstacles that you've faced along the way?
I mean, even just running cannabis classes, we're in this kind of gray area where, we have to make sure we're in a private space. It's, 21 plus, BYOC. I'm not, selling anything. I'm just teaching a yoga class. They purchase a yoga class. That's what, and it's a community building event, and it's been helping people so much. I've had amazing feedback from it, and the fact that we're having full classes now and larger locations now available, it's a dream come true. So
That's incredible.
It's been challenging, and slowly, building it, but it's starting to grow, so it's exciting, and Massachusetts is ready for it now, so it's just, yeah.
Here you are.
Here, yeah. Here we go.
So how much do you know about, like, back to what Adam said earlier, how much do you know about the endocannabinoid system?
Thank you. Yeah, that was an amazing question.
I know you know a ton, so I wanted you to kind of like.
I don't. I mean, I know more than your average Joe, but there's still so much to learn about it, and there's a lot of research coming out of other countries right now, and America right now too, which is exciting. So it's, we've been told that, homeostasis is what balance our body. So when, you're stressed out, you have too much cortisol. We all know that one. We read that about magazines and memes and stuff. Cortisol, stress hormone. That's the one that makes you feel kind of not good, stressed out, negative. So if you start to have that happen too much and it overburdens your system, we just have been told that it's kind of like this one-way circuit through neurons, and I don't want to get too into science-y right now, but basically, you have these two neurons, and it's just kind of like this one-way street. But now we know with the endocannabinoid system, it's actually a two-way street where they're talking to each other, and they're telling each other like what they need. And a great example of that is we know now people with Crohn's disease actually have more damaged CB2 receptors in the gut lining of those damaged parts. So that means that, when those patients now ingest CBD, it's just like the key to the lock that's going to help them feel better, and it just will react with those receptors in a way that allows inflammation to go down and
mood regulation,
tells the body that it's okay.
It sounds similar to like
central nervous system.
Stress, it helps with all that.
It sounds like when the people from the Mayflower came over, they all got scurvy, but then they ate a lemon and that solved the problem.
Exactly. It's as simple as one vitamin. So it's not so much a pill for an ill anymore. It's more of a, we know that we can't keep doing that. Like, I was on so many medications in high school. Like, I used to have to take nose sprays, inhalers. I was overweight. They told me I had asthma. There was all this, I had a whole tray full of pills, I'd be all organized and feel like, okay, I got this together, I can do this, but no, it was so much, and stuff that now I know is addicting. So I encourage people to take, cannabis, try it out, take a shot at it and test it out and see if it will work for you, because it can work for a lot of conditions. Now we know that there's endocannabinoid deficiencies, because of this homeostasis is controlled by your ECS, so just knowing that, it's like, what? How did they not teach me this in school? I don't know. I know that it's been, now it's 2019. It's the gateway drug, right? And the gateway drug,
damages brain cells, that's great. Science proved that wrong.
The allergy specialist I saw, actually, thank you, Mom, for driving me from Plymouth to Duxbury, which we know it's a far drive, out there and down South Shore, weekly for these allergy shots. And the allergy specialist told me, I told him I was using cannabis in high school. It helps me run and play field hockey and do activities like yoga, so it's just agree. I guess that in a way has always been a part of, it's wild. Sorry, it just amazes me that he said that to me about how cannabis is just going to numb your mind, and he just totally shut it down. And he was like, "Oh, your mind is one of those medieval weapons with the spikes on it,
flail
that you throw, And he said, your mind is like that. Which you're telling me my mind is a weapon, okay? All right, thanks. And now not only that, but now you're telling me that cannabis is. He looked at me like this in the chair. I was like,
you're gonna die. Oh my god, you're a villain.
Cannabis is gonna numb your mind into a marble.
Oh my god.
And then he tried to really make it dramatic, and I was just sitting over there on the couch feeling like, this guy is whack right now. I gotta go. I gotta go.
For Cannabliss, what do you see for the future? Well, what are you in the middle of like really working on heavy right now?
I'm so excited for Cannabliss for the future, especially right now. It's just growing, and it's kind of just like the very beginning stages of it.
Yeah.
But we're looking into some locations that are going to be able to fit a lot of people. So
Nice.
I'm hoping for that. And in the future, maybe even having something international that I'm working on right now.
That's
kind of
awesome.
thinking of some like tropical places where people can, like you can.
We should
have
have waited
it
for the
here.
podcast shoot in the tropical place.
We'll do a
We will.
We'll do a recap.
We
We'll
will.
do a redo.
Can of pina coladas.
A can of retreat.
Yes. Yep. Euphoric food will be there with the CBD drinks.
Oh man,
Yep.
that sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about maybe doing like weekly classes if you can get it.
Yeah, right now we're hoping on just more regular classes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if if that location works out. Right now we're just kind of like waiting to hear. So it's exciting.
You guys ever looking for yoga instructors?
Yes.
And
If you ever need another.
where's that?
Taunton.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, all
Yeah.
over Mass. Yep. I'm going to be at Hempire soon, too, up in Methuen and Amesbury. So look out for that in the future. Hi to them. I love them. Kirby and Gina there. They're great. Really sweet people. So, yeah, like other boutiques like this, like Wicked Chronic, I'm sure, in the future we'd be back here. And in Worcester, that's going to be... next month we'll have the Hartwell Institute. We'll have a location there to do yoga, so that's really exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, you're moving in
Congrats.
a lot of directions. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's because people keep asking for it, and I have a lot of friends in Worcester, so it's like we'll go to Worcester.
Synchronicities.
Yep, and I go to your home too. I do private home yoga for people. So if you can't make it out to one of these Cannabliss classes, you can just email me at cannablissyoga@gmail.com and set up a private Cannabliss class at your home or your workplace. I'm doing yoga at MCR Labs now. Yay, MCR Labs! Love you
Nice.
guys so much. My fan there. So yeah, if you have like a workplace or like a basketball group, or something like that, or
Celtics, hit her
up. That was
You guys need yoga.
Laura's
you gotta
class.
stay limber.
Laura Heel and Rose fam, helping them out. Like anybody like that, I would go right to you guys and do the yoga there. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
It's neat. It's so unique.
Mhm.
That is a very
Yeah.
unique service.
Yeah, it's
I'm-
who doesn't want to smoke and do yoga?
I don't. Yeah. Me.
I'm excited to see your yoga style.
Yeah.
I've
So
only done a couple of classes.
I've literally
yeah, I was gonna
never
say,
done
what
it.
have you done? Yeah.
My mother-in-law was like, I can't see you doing yoga. I'm like, how can you not see me doing yoga? I'm like, look at me. And I'm a huge stoner, and like I'm into natural stuff.
Open-minded.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that word.
Anybody can be into yoga. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you look like, where you're from. It's not a religion. It's for everybody, for all body types too. I have a whole box of literally blocks for everybody, so that you can modify any pose that that will help you, or if you're a patient that you maybe shouldn't use blocks, like cancer patients, like they're not going to use blocks, but you can still consume, you can still do some of the yoga, things like that. So
And it's not just THC products; it's CBD
Yeah,
as well. So you
CBD.
don't have to be,
exactly.
feel the psychoactive effect if you don't want to.
Exactly. Yep. Medicating's always optional. It's always up to you. Yeah.
Yep.
1000%.
Everybody medicates different. That's the
Mhm.
beauty of cannabis. Like I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So where can people find you on social media, and tell us a little bit about like your sponsors and everything, where to find them as well, and
Thank you. So you guys can follow us on Instagram at Cannabliss Yoga _club. That's my page, run by me, Cannabliss BB, or Bridget. You can call me either. We have Dabulance, Drew, so you can find him on Instagram. He's got dabulance.com. You can also book him on there. We've got the Heel and Rose fam, so you can find them on Instagram, Facebook, their website, here at Wicked Chronic. We love them, the best CBD topical line, my personal favorite. And we have Euphoric Foods with us. You can find them on Instagram, euphoricfood_, and their website, Unwell. If you want to be a part of my email newsletter, you can find that on the Instagram page as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so everything's pretty much through there, or Facebook, whatever. Yeah, just type in Cannabliss Yoga, it'll come up.
It's so inspiring that you have sponsors. That makes me want to go extra hard and have sponsors.
I'm so grateful for my team, and Wicked Chronic. I can't forget to mention Wicked Chronic has been the biggest sponsor.
I love
just
this.
having
As soon
this
as we
location.
walked in, just good vibes.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
Yes.
welcoming.
Yes, exactly.
That's
1,000%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it without them. It was without Bev and Rob. They're my biggest supporters throughout this whole thing. Really,
That's amazing.
Love you guys.
And it's like that goes to show you how amazing this community is, and how people are still to this day bashing on everybody in this community. It's
No.
Ignorance.
It's breaking the stigma, and that
Yep.
has been my mission, that I've seen with cannabis, is getting out of that cannabis closet.
Yep.
You are breaking the stigma of you're not a lazy stoner. Stoners can do yoga. You can also smoke before you do yoga, and you need to listen to your body. The yoga teacher's going to guide you 50% of the way. You guide yourself. That's how it is in every yoga class. So. And it's
My favorite
it's just
thing
been,
for
yeah.
the stigma of lazy stoner is just going to events like Harvest Cup. 300 vendors, every single one of them there is a lazy stoner,
Right? Look at them all working so hard,
Oh,
and
so
my
lazy.
God!
It doesn't take any work at all to prepare for a big event like Harvest Cup with thousands of patrons,
Yeah.
at all. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
Nope, doesn't take time to build up a brand and get the banners and market, and
It takes a lot.
totally wicked easy,
to
right?
logo, all
Lazy
that stuff.
stoners, bunch of lazy stoners.
piece of cake.
Reefer Madness is not. We were just talking about it. Is not dead yet. So
Nope. We
we
gotta
still
kill it.
see this, and being in the cannabis industry, you see it all the time.
I
So.
can't wait to raise my daughter just actually knowing the truth about cannabis, being around hemp grow fields and just knowing it. She's gonna be the one at school my dad said that's wrong.
Yeah, those are flowers,
Yeah.
working in dispensaries has been so great, seeing some of my coworkers who have children, talk to their children about it, and
That's
it's
awesome.
they say, the kids are oh yeah, that's flowers, dad, dad's at work, see the flowers, and that's what it is, and it's medicine, and
Exactly.
you grow up knowing about your pharmaceuticals, you grow up knowing about your alcohol,
Beer,
about
tobacco.
cigarettes, et cetera, and why not cannabis? Yeah.
Textile, food, medicine.
Caffeine.
Caffeine is the biggest accepted drug in this country.
Yep. Let's give your kids
It's
some
coffee.
soda.
Yeah.
And sugar, right?
And sugar too. Sugar is just as addicting as caffeine.
Day 3 and no
if not
sugar, and I'm
worse.
looking at these delicious sugary treats.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, don't buy any of the draft.
Yeah.
All right. I think
right,
that's
well-
probably a good place to wrap up.
Yeah.
It
Thank
was
you
such
so-
a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
I
Thank
can't
you
wait to
guys
do yoga.
so much.
We're gonna film a little bit of that. Probably not too much. Probably just the end, just to kind of respect
Yeah.
people getting into it and everything. But look
I
forward to
can't
that
wait
too.
for the next one on the beach.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So in the summertime, we'll be back outdoors, and that can be anywhere. So if
Oh.
you've got space, if you got a backyard, you want us to come to you, we'll be there.
I do have a backyard.
It'll be really cool.
Great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and sesh is usually always a 420, so
Mhm.
we're gonna go have another sesh and then go do the yoga. It's
We could
almost that time.
just set it up right outside the hemp grow.
Yeah, oh,
do canned
within the
yoga
trees?
within the trees.
Dude.
Aerial yoga too.
Oh, there we go.
Coming
You heard
up.
it first. All right, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
guys. Namaste.